Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next installment of the Night Shift.
We're back.
Yes, we're back. We're back. 2022. Um,
Yeah, it's hard to believe that we got here.
yeah. Um, been wanting to do more of these, of course, but things happen. Personal stuff happens. All
A
that.
lot of real life stuff happens.
Yes, it does. And the few people who tune in, we're trying to push this series, and maybe if we get off our butts and promote it more. I know I said I was wanting to do like guests, on the show, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. Hopefully, the next episode or the following episode we do, and I think that should, bring a bit more traction to the channel if I do that. But
Right.
besides the point, I'm trying something. I'm trying a new, UI type deal in OBS. Um, Ralph greenlit it, so you can blame him if you don't like it.
Yep. You go to my channel, hit my comments up, just like you're an idiot.
Fucking phone going off about breaking news. I need to find a way to turn that shit off.
It's usually what we talk about.
Nah, it's not even. It's not. It's something about Texas or something. I don't fucking know. But anyways, who
That's
cares?
so sidetracked.
No offense to people who live in Texas. No offense. Um. So, anyways, what you been up to, Ralph? Just I know you've been moving. How's that
Yep.
been?
Almost. I'm actually almost completely moved. And if you watch this channel and my channel, then you know what's going on. But if you only watch my channel, I haven't uploaded in what, like 4 months? I want to say.
I've been working on I should also mention that I was also having like some computer trouble because like I had my laptop off for like a few months or something like that, like a month or
Right.
two. So when I opened it up, it kept taking me to the BIOS, so I had to like manually load the operating system. I don't
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
can't tell you how you do that on the back of my hand. I just kind of did it.
I've had the similar problem, but yeah, I couldn't explain how to fix
Basically,
that
I had to
to save my
restart
life.
it. Fucking spam. I think spam F10 or F9, and you have to like then you press you go from the menu, enter all that shit.
Right.
But I was a bit worried, but my laptop's fine now. Still outdated as shit. It has a 1050 in it, which is a dead graphics card practically. But that's
Hey,
fine.
it still works
For me,
though.
it's fine. I don't do a whole lot of PC gaming, anyways. But
I'm a little iffy because Black Ops 3 mods.
I play Saints Row 3.
2.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Saints Row 2 and 4 on PC. I do play that a good bit. I know it's a weird game to play on PC. I also play Counter Strike every once in a blue moon. But yeah,
Same.
like I have some good stuff. Like I play some games. I also really like Gary's Mod, even though it's kind of a older game. But
It's such an older game. Like I still remember the days that like people like Vanoss got their real like break on Gary's mod.
definitely,
Like
yeah.
it was amazing. Like it was amazing time just in that area.
Man, like OG Gary Mod stuff. Like I wasn't too much into it at its peak, but it has a soft spot. It's like it's just a time that I don't think we're ever gonna get back.
But we
Yeah.
can come close to it a few times. Like
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes we
yeah,
can.
you can see like little sparks here and there.
Yeah. But
Even
but moving on.
yeah.
This
Speaking
isn't
of great stuff, but
uh
this is your
this
spoiler warning.
this is a spoiler warning. I'm gonna try putting timestamps in the description to where you can skip ahead. Um,
I don't
ob-
even know how you do that, but
you
this
just
is why he's editing.
yeah. I mean, it's all gonna be in post. I'm just gonna put timestamps in the description. Find a time where we start talking about it and stop talking about it. So
Right.
here it is. Spoiler warning. 1, 2, 3. You've been warned. Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home.
We are a little late on it, but
I think it's a good thing we waited a bit because I think a lot of people seen it by now.
I think most people has at least seen it.
Most people who were, going to see it probably seen it. It's been all over Twitter, memes
Or like at
galore.
least getting
You know,
like spoiled and
um, but I'm just gonna rip off the Band-Aid. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield
are in the movie.
are in the movie. I was
Yeah, but no Daredevil. I'm kidding.
Daredevil was there. He was there for
Yeah, he
like
was
he was there
there.
for a scene. He was there for one scene. Um, and I specifically remember the dude next to me was like, "No way!" when I was in like the movie theater.
Oh yeah, he's one
Um,
of our buddies.
yeah. He was most excited out of all of us.
He really was. Like he
I wish I
screamed in the
wish I wish I could
movie
be.
theater when Toby came out of there, or
I would.
Andrew.
I wish I could be I wish I could have been as excited as he was. But
I was also there, and like I was just scared of getting like kicked out.
I mean, I've
Because,
I've watched I've watched pretty much all the Spider-Man movies except for me Amazing Spider-Man 2, but like I'm familiar
really,
with it. I'm familiar
I, I
with it.
I can't believe you haven't ever watched it. Like I've watched all the Spider-Man movies.
And,
This is how much of a nerd I am.
and honestly, like I was just amazed. It wasn't just Toby, and obviously there was
Andrew.
um William Dafoe. There
Willem
was
Dafoe,
I
the
forget
actor for
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock. They,
That's a
if
good
you were
thing.
worried that they didn't do them justice, I do believe that they did. In my
Alfred
opinion, they did.
Alfred Molina. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have Google on
Jamie
hand.
Fox. Jamie Fox, right?
Yeah,
That's Electro.
yeah, Jamie Foxx,
He
of
was
course.
amazing. There's a reason why it's an MA, and the most of the cussing is done by him.
Exactly, definitely.
Man, I was whooping Spider-Man's ass.
And
And,
Ralph, I honestly like I was really believing. I think I've learned not to fully believe Andrew Garfield because I kind of like I was kind of agreeing with him. I just thought it was just a fan rumor. People were gonna go in.
after a while, I didn't believe him just to the fact that like his stories weren't
I wasn't
matching what
expecting
he
them to
said
be. I
before.
wasn't expecting them to be a plot point. I was expecting them just to show up for like as like a cameo, and that was it.
Yeah,
But I'm happy they did.
I still love at the beginning of the movie they were like advertising Morbius, but like it kind of felt like a little bit of a spoiler for the rest of the movie because they name dropped Toby and Andrew. Like, oh, it has Andrew's Oscorp's building, and it has Toby's suit on a
Actually, I think
wall.
I think like
It was
before the
something
film
like
got
that.
announced, there was like casting listings online. I don't remember what it was on, and like Toby and Andrew were listed.
Yeah, but like that was like pre, and I even saw Ryan Reynolds on there, I believe.
However,
So
that
like
we'll get into
Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds
Reynolds
is not
later.
in movie.
He's not in the movie. He's not in the
I
movie.
really kind of wish he was, but I can kind of see why he
No,
wasn't.
this isn't gonna be like a crazy in-depth review. We're mostly just
No,
talking about
we're just geeking out and
yeah,
shit.
we're just like talking about random shit in the movie. Really,
uh,
I think the weakest character in the movie was probably fuck, I forget.
Lizard.
Definitely, yeah, Lizard, definitely, because
Yeah, I would say
he,
same.
we didn't get too much of him until like the end of the movie, and he
I
was just
did
kind
kind
of
of get sad because like COVID restrictions caused the actor for the original Lizard in the Amazing Spider-Man 1. I want to say, or is
yeah.
it 2?
I believe it
Um,
was one. I believe it was the first one where he fought the Lizard.
you're right. He couldn't make it because of COVID restrictions. So and same with Sandman, but they dubbed over their voices and had very limited roles compared to like Willem Dafoe, Jamie Foxx, and I already forgot Doc Ock's actor's name.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Anthony something.
William Dafoe. No, yeah, William Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, man, like
He actually came out of retirement
for this
to
movie,
yeah,
yeah,
and
I know.
he said the only way he would do it is if he got to do the stunts, and
Right, and no de-aging.
yeah, yeah.
And I was like, that's interesting, cause like, if you guys are wondering, he's like, what is he like 60 now?
I have his IMDb pulled up. He's 66, so
He
he's
is 66 years old doing his own stunts, and if you guys seen the movie, you know there's incredible things that he has done. He is Batista bomb Tom Holland through some floors.
and he looks pretty good for 66. Just
Dude, I
saying.
didn't even know he was 66. Dude didn't look like he aged like at all from the original Sam Raimi movies. I thought they did do the de-aging because he didn't, in
The
my
one
opinion,
thing
he looked
the,
the
the one
same.
thing that cracks me up is like I didn't intend to predict this at all. I was just like kidding when I said
Like we
like,
were outside
yeah,
the movie theater, weren't we? Like when you said
no,
this.
no, I think this was like I think we were doing this in like a call like weeks before we saw it when I was
Oh yeah,
joking
yeah.
like Ned's gonna I don't know fucking Ned's gonna be magical or some shit like I
You
said it
know that was a
I said
Rush
it
thing.
I said I know but I just said it in like just like a rushed fucking sentence and like I was joking but then I see the movie I'm like he fucking summons two different fucking Peter Parkers and I'm like
Fuck.
I was fucking kidding but okay I guess that
But
works.
yeah, apparently the original way that Toby and Andrew was going to get to Tom's universe was through American Chavez. If you don't know the character, that's completely understandable. This character hasn't really been released yet because of COVID restrictions with the Multiverse of Madness
Yeah,
being
like
delayed
you
to a
said
point.
the Multiverse of Madness was supposed to come out first.
First, yeah. It was supposed to come out first, and then the Toby and all that stuff was going to happen. Which I don't know. I think it's still a bit more of a blessing in disguise because that would like what they did with what they had was already pushing. Like they pushed it to a perfection. Like I don't know if that would have tipped it. You know?
Yeah. But anyways, the plot is, everybody knows Peter. Tom Holland's Peter is, Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and I kind of like how in the film, not everybody, just instantly hates him or instantly is like okay with him. Like you can
Right.
tell, like there's like people who are like still cool with him, still in support of what he does, and there's like a group of people like Jonah, who are like
Obviously, Jonah.
calling him out for the stuff with Mysterio and da da da, calling him a fucking killer and all that nonsense,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. I feel like his chemistry with MJ is the strongest in this film, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree. It's just to the fact that it's just the ending where if you've seen the
I mean,
movie already,
obviously, what happens is,
it hurts.
he messes up a spell with Doctor Strange, and
At
madness,
the end,
mad hijinks ensue.
pretty much. And
um,
but by the end,
he decides
everybody.
he ends up fighting with Doctor Strange because he wants to fix, help these people that are about ready to die in their respected universes.
Right.
So of course he traps Doctor Strange in a in like a messed up. I know there's a word for it, but fuck, and like a fucking warped up world. You know,
Oh, Mirror Realm
yeah,
or
mirror
whatever.
realm. It's been a while since I watched Doctor Strange. I need to
I gotta
rewatch that movie.
rewatch that.
That
Same.
movie. It's been like I think I remember like when it was on Netflix I watched it, so it was like that tells you how long ago it was. But anyways, he locks him there. Then he basically just kidnaps all of the other like just not really kidnaps. He just relocates to like MJ's like not MJ's but Aunt May's
His own.
Aunt May's
Well, it was
apartment.
really Happy's though.
Happy's apartment, the fucking place they were
Well,
sleeping
this
in.
isn't a review though. It's just
It's just kind of a small recap, and of course, he ends up
everything's
fixing
going
most of them,
wrong thanks to
but
Willem Dafoe.
then Green Goblin takes over, Osborn, so
And then Tom gets the biggest ass whooping of his life.
and
And then Green Goblin
yeah,
kills fucking Aunt May.
yeah, Aunt May dies. Peter gets shot once, runs off, and basically goes into hiding. then the way they handled the scene was really well. Like I thought, like it wasn't like I feel like it could have been executed better. It could have been trimmed down a bit, but obviously they're reaching for that 2 hour mark. But I'm just nitpicking. But
Right. That's all you can really do with this movie is to nitpick.
like I feel like I don't feel like we needed like I don't feel like we needed like a whole lot of like some parts could have been trimmed down a bit, but whatever. Uh so anyways, they do that. Then not happy. Ned and MJ are at Ned's parents' place, and they're.
By the way, this is how much detail they put in this movie. I should say.
This isn't even everything. This is just
this
like
is like half the movie.
This is like a
if that.
This is just like a half-ass rundown of important plot points.
It's just the point is the movie was awesome. I definitely would recommend it. It's a 9.5 out of 10 for me.
But I do want to lead up to at least when the two other spider guys come in.
Right.
So Happy, not Happy. If I keep saying Happy, Ned messes with the ring he took earlier from Doctor Strange's basement. I think it was his basement, and he starts he says he basically yells out where Peter Parker is, and a portal opens up, and he keeps trying. He can find Peter Parker, and then comes in Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, and and then MJ started throwing bread at him. And
you don't have to tingle. I have to tingle, just not for
bread. And I remember he climbed on the ceiling, and I remember Ned's mom said, "Can you get that cobweb off the corner?" So he gets the cobweb,
sure.
jumps back down, and then Ned does it again, and then out comes Tobey Maguire, not in suit, but
looking like a cool. What was it called? What did Andrew say? A cool youth pastor.
Yeah, he kind of did look like that. I think that's just what Tobey Maguire was wearing when he showed up.
Just a cool youth pastor, bro.
And that's just just some random guy. And he's just like, hello, and they get to know. Then
well, Toby felt like he know way more than he was supposed to in a way.
Sure, but they were in the world for a bit, and they were probably seeing billboards and shit of what's happening. So.
Yeah, and immediately off the bat, he knew Andrew wasn't.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man that he needed to help.
Yeah. And he was like, they kind of had a slight showdown. It's like, he's not your friend. But then, they both shoot webs at each other, flip in the air. Then he shoots his web shooter. And obviously, they find Tom Holland's Peter, and they get together. They're gonna fix this. They fix it. They have an epic fight. They call out Tobey Maguire's organic webbing.
Right, and obviously it's they were actually really cool with it, which was kind of cool.
Andrew Garfield fixes his back.
I can't believe they actually added that old.
I chuckled when I feel like a couple people in the theater may have chuckled. They may have gotten that. I don't know how many people did, but I just the moment I heard him say, "Oh, it's my back," and I was just like, "God damn it."
Why did you do this?
And they also did the pointing meme, that everybody kind of predicted. So they get together. Eventually, they give Tobey Maguire Spider-Man gets stabbed trying to stop Tom Holland's Spider-Man from killing
Green Goblin.
Yeah, and he's fine though. He doesn't die. But Doctor Strange comes in. He's having trouble keeping all these other
people from busting into his reality.
Exactly. So he says, do the spell where everybody forgets who Peter Parker is, or who Peter Parker is. And of course that happens, and Like,
It's it's actually the saddest part of the movie, really, because like he did meet back up with Ned and MJ. It's just he sees how much better their life is without him. So he kind of has to make a grown up decision, you know?
I don't think he's gonna like completely give up on him. I just think he just like when he ordered a coffee, he just walks away and realizes that he can't just the way I interpreted it, he just looks at it like I can't like barge in I can't just barge in like this. I'm gonna have to give it time.
Yeah, like
Like I'm
you.
gonna have to like not make it to where I look
I
suspicious
think
and
if
whatnot.
he's just like jumped on the ceiling or something and like stuck, they would have remembered. But that's me.
I don't know. I don't think so. But anyways,
Oh,
he has his own apartment now because nobody knows who Peter
then
is. Um, so
toast me. It's just perfect time.
and that apartment looks almost identical. Like it reminded me almost exactly like
The Sam Raimi
yeah, the Sam
trilogy.
Raimi apartment. Maybe I'm just like having like nostalgia goggles on when I saw the apartment, but now and he has this really cool suit that he dons. Um, we didn't get
We
to
didn't get to yeah,
we
we didn't
didn't get
get
to see
literally see
we
it
didn't get to
too
see
much.
too much of it, but I really like the design of it. I'm hoping in the next film, we get to see it some more. And I really want to see how it. I feel like the entire trilogy was like building up to him being the Spider-Man. You know
Right, because that was a grown up decision, you know.
exactly. And now we see like an actual grown-up, Peter Parker, and like a teenager Peter Parker, like we did in the past few
I hear
films.
the next movies are going to be him in college, which I am.
I'm totally for. I'm totally for. I'm actually
Yeah,
curious if they can introduce like maybe
Harry,
introduce
like
Gwen, like
Harry.
maybe introduce like Gwen Stacy or a different love interest,
Right,
maybe they could utilize Betty Brant. She doesn't get enough,
screen
rec-
time at all.
yeah. As a matter of fact, Betty Brant was only in like one scene if I recall correctly.
Hell, this actually could lead straight into him working for the Daily Bugle because, well, he's going to need the money to pay for college.
I mean, yeah, we haven't gotten any really too much photography work with him, so
Right,
it'd be interesting to see how that goes. Definitely,
definitely interesting.
definitely. But we also had post credit scenes.
Of Doctor Strange and everything going to
No, no,
hell.
no. But before that, we had the fucking Venom.
Oh,
We had
yes.
Venom, Eddie Brock at the bar, and he was
I'm
like,
kind of glad they waited, honestly. This is an unpopular opinion, but I'm kind of glad that he wasn't in the final fight. I think that would have just been a
I'm,
little
I'm
too
glad
much.
too. I'm glad too. And like he disappears, but then like a small goop of symbiote, is just left behind, and that's kind of just teases that maybe Venom's gonna appear in a future film.
That's why I kind of hope Harry and the rest of like the cast we all know and love is going to be coming to college with Peter Parker.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I'm hoping, at least.
definitely. Like I'm hoping, I think eventually he's gonna reconnect with Ned and MJ at some point.
Just
But
now is not the right time at
yeah,
all.
it's
Like
it's gonna
there
be it's
has
gonna
to
like
be.
build up. Like they're gonna meet again, then they're just gonna like have, they're gonna conversate and whatnot. But
It's
um,
going to be interesting on how everything unfolds.
and yeah. Also,
Yeah,
apparently, people are like saying apparently Ned's gonna be Hobgoblin or something. I wouldn't hold my breath on that. But
I
I'm totally for that.
but
I'm
I'm
totally for
cool
that.
with it. It's just I wouldn't my breath at all.
Actually, the actor for Ned, he's been losing like I heard he lost like 100 pounds or something like that. Like, dude's been
That
getting
could
pretty skinny.
well, it could go for that, but like for right now, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're just got to wait and see what happens. And of course, we got Multiverse of Madness. I'm wanting to see that when it comes to theaters. Um, of course, Wanda's gonna be in the film.
American Chavez is all well, if you didn't just hear me earlier.
Yeah, yeah. But
All right.
it was overall a fun film. You know,
Yeah.
it's probably my second favorite Spider-Man film. However, it's very close to like Spider-Man 2.
You're not gonna like this, but like this is my number one favorite Spider-Man
And
film
that's
of all time.
understandable. That's understandable. Like it's very close. It's very neck and neck. Like if I could say they're both tied as the best, I would say that.
You could
Yeah,
like it's your ranking system, so I
like
would think.
they're like tied with each other. Like Spider-Man 2 and like Spider-Man, No Way Home,
Yeah.
just those
Did
two.
you know Peter Parker? I think even in the films had an irrational fear of heights.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
a lot of
I mean,
people
yeah.
would probably say the same thing if they were swinging like, you know, 20 feet in the air
Or off a
or off a
skyscraper or something,
skyscraper.
or off the Avengers building or something on those
Yeah,
lines.
I don't think I'd want to do that on my worst day. But
No, I wouldn't either. Like when it comes down to irrational fears, I just kind of just not.
but
When I do gotta say, like heights, not one of my fears.
but anyways, good film. I recommend you go watch it. When it comes out on I think eventually I know it's going to come out on DVD and Blu-ray soon. I saw some pre-order
Right.
listings. It will probably eventually get on Disney Plus. I don't know when.
I
Probably.
wouldn't hold my breath, honestly, anytime
I
soon.
mean, pretty much all Marvel movies. If it's going to be on any streaming service, it's obviously going to appear on Disney Plus. Just probably not anytime
Right.
soon. But I don't think it's going to be on there until after DVD releases are out. But
Right.
that's just my prediction. That's usually how it is, I believe. But don't quote me on that. I am glad it was in theaters. I don't think the experience could have been, you know.
Better. Yeah.
But it's a fun movie. Give it a watch. I'd probably give it. I think I'm gonna give it a. It's very close to a 10 out of 10, but I'm gonna give it like a 9 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 9.5.
Yeah, I'll go 9.5. Definitely. Um, but anyways, we better move on before we make this an entire Spider-Man episode. But yeah, go watch it. I don't care how. Go watch it. I prefer if you pay for it, but still go watch it.
Yeah.
But anyways, we were talking about heights and whatnot, and utter irrational fears. I have a very specific irrational fear.
Really?
And I don't think it's specific because I think most people would agree. I am fucking chimps freak me to fuck out. Like chimpanzees. Now, I'm not saying like I hate chimpanzees. I'm just fucking terrified of them. like those guys, like they're just unpredictable, like I've heard like they can rip your nuts off, like without any effort. Like I think they're
Mm.
like what 20 times the strength, not even that, like 30 times the strength of like an average human male, and
Mm.
they're like 20 times as like fast. I'm so insecure about it, like I look up how to survive a chimpanzee attack, and apparently running away is not a good idea. so
Yeah, because they'll
they'll
into
catch
hunt.
up. They'll catch up with you.
Yeah, like
Like
they'll
you're not
into this
gonna
like a hunt.
you're not gonna outrun a chimp.
Good luck with that.
I do notice chimps really hate water. So if you can find like a body of water and jump in it, they will not swim. Fun
Yeah.
fact: if you're getting chased by chimps and you see a
Who
body of
knows if
water, you jump
podcast
in
is
the
ever
water.
going to be educational?
You jump in that water because if you don't, you're gonna get your nuts ripped off and your face ripped off, and you'll be nutless and faceless.
I don't know. I have a pretty basic standard when it comes to irrational fears. It's like not specifically to me. It's more of like who am I hanging around with? Like say I don't know, one of my tires just popped and says like one of my buddies or somebody's like next to me. Like that is an irrational fear. Like I would be scared to
Like I
death.
don't know how irrational chimps are, but like I'm not saying I hate chimps. Chimps are cool. I'm just fucking terrified of them.
Chimps are cool. I just really don't want anything to do with them.
Just leave them be. However, I will admit some people put themselves in that situation. If you have a chimp as a
Yeah.
pet, if you have a chimpanzee as a pet, and they attack somebody, that's on you. Okay, you brought them into this neighborhood. I don't want to hear it. But
Just because you felt like being fancy.
because you felt like taking a chimp out, like they're not like dogs, they're not domesticated like dogs are. Like fuck. But sorry to interrupt you. I just had to put that out there.
You're good. Like when it comes down to irrational fears, I don't have many. Like when things can threaten my life, I don't care. Like I'm gonna be 100% honest. Like things that can threaten my life, I'm not have no real fear about it.
I mean, I know there's like I know it's a bit out of the topic of irrational fears, but how about phobias? Like like we all know about triphobia, the fear of like tiny holes and stuff.
Right.
Like and just like holes on the skin or whatever. It's like something people are afraid of.
Right.
There's also like phobia of like what's another fucking I mean there's I don't know the word for it, but there's like people who are like afraid of clowns. That's like a phobia. And like honestly, I think like most people in the modern day don't like fucking clowns. Like
I'm not scared of them, but I will knock the shit out of one.
there's actually a time during the 90s where like it took off. There was like several like horror films based around clowns because it's such an easy thing to
Yeah, but there's times like I don't understand and it's obviously fake because I would hope it's fake because these people just if you're in a car or a truck, run the person over.
might make a clown sound when you run them over.
Right?
I mean,
Like I
don't
just
know. I
don't
don't know.
understand. Like they're coming at you with a knife, but you're in like a car. You're in like something that can take a knife. You know?
It's just fucking hell, man. Like phobias.
Pennywise, that's something else.
People are afraid of spiders and stuff. Like I mean,
I used to be.
I'm not really afraid of spiders. Like I'm not. Like I'm not saying I'm gonna walk up to a fucking big ass poisonous tarantula and let him bite me. But like it's like
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your survival instinct would just get you the hell out of there.
my survival instinct is don't bug it.
Oh no, what is your survival instinct? Like where does it kind of torch to? Is it like fight or flight?
Depends on the situation. If if it's a chimpanzee,
well, you're not going to be able to outrun it, and we're
I think the best bet is just to crouch your knees and fucking try to kick the shit out of it and hope to God you win that fight.
So fight instead of flight.
I mean, in that situation, you kind of have to, or else it's gonna fucking like take advantage of your fear and rip you apart.
What I love about this question, it's always like if you were shocked into
however, if like an ape walked up to me and started like poking me or something, like I wouldn't fight it obviously, and I'm probably not gonna run from it.
It just poked me. It's cool.
Like I hear with like apes, it's a lot different. Apes are a lot more like chill animals. Usually, like a lot of ape attacks are usually are humans being fucking stupid or people like not paying attention to their kid going inside whatever. I hear like the best thing you can do for like apes is to like curl up into a ball and like not move, and eventually they'll just walk away.
Yeah,
because they don't really see you as a threat or anything. However, you're one of those idiots that walk up to like the zoo cage and pound your chest, like, and you somehow get stuck in there and ripped apart. That's on you. I don't feel bad for you. You kind of fucked up on your own night. And there's people that do that. I'm not just like there's real people who's done this. So like
you can really Google their name too.
Yeah, there's idiots who like try to play.
There's NFTs about these idiots.
Oh god, I don't know. Speaking of NFTs, I'm fucking tired of NFTs. The internet's tired of NFTs. There's fucking NFTs of everything. There's YouTubers who are getting NFTs made of them without their consent. They made an NFT of Betty White when she just fucking died.
Yeah, that was a little fucked up. Not even just a little. It was really fucked.
And I remember the dude tried to save face saying, "Oh, this NFT was made before." I'm not buying it. I'm not fucking buying it. You made this NFT because she just fucking died. And even if he did make the NFT before she like died, you still shouldn't do this shit. She's fucking dead.
Right?
Like fuck. Don't even wait. Don't do it at all. If I die and somebody makes an NFT of me, I'm gonna haunt them. Like fucking hell, they're gonna get haunted for the rest of their life. fuck. Like, I don't know. I can't wait for the Ralph NFT.
I know it's gonna be worth negative dollars.
There's like a certain like currency they use to like sell them. I don't fucking know what they're called. Then they like use Stan Lee to like promote a fucking NFT character.
Yeah, that
And
pissed me off.
and that shit just like really you're taking Stan Lee's corpse and practically fucking moving it around, trying to sell your
Well, that was
fucking
like the
shit.
age-old argument. Like, should we use technology and like have them in the movies, like if they were
I mean,
actually
I
still
don't
alive?
think
Like, I
that's
think
okay.
that
I don't
yeah, I don't think that's okay
unless
either.
before he died, he
There's,
specifically gave consent to that. Like,
I probably would just to see what they could do, but like then they would make me say things, and
and it's just like
it's practically
I
puppeting
don't
a dead
I don't
guy.
like it. You know, I'm so sick and tired of NFTs. And what fucks me up is like a lot of these like people that like make NFTs of like YouTubers without their consent. Like, there's no easy way to like report and take them down. I hear the best thing you can do is basically file a report with Google, so they'll take the image down themselves, and that's the only way
Mm,
because like they don't react like they don't react to like takedowns, and I think that shit's fucked up. You're making a profit, and I'm all for fair use, but this is beyond fair use. This is just fucking taking somebody's fucking like channel likeness and trying to sell it without their permission. And
yeah,
that's just fucked up, and it's fucking stupid. And they don't even crop the goddamn image right. They just fucking take a JPEG of the profile picture icon, try to fucking sell it.
man, I still remember the days that people still well, they still do this. Like they do this to like Mr. Beast.
Oh yeah, like when they like the fucking like people trying to like scammers on YouTube
Yeah.
trying to pretend to be Mr. Beast and trying to like lure in like children and shit into like
Mm.
falling for like a scam fucking ad or app or
And
some
they'll
shit.
spend some like good amount of money too.
I still see that shit and I try to report it much as I can because that shit's just fucked up,
That is just
Like
dumb.
you, and it seems like YouTube will only take action when they know it's gonna like hurt their brand, and
Right.
it takes time for them to like listen. Like if you're not a big YouTuber, like there's been some big YouTubers. Like I hear Critical had a talk with YouTube corporations at one point, and I know H3 did, but we're not gonna talk about H3. But I'm just fucking. By the way, I don't really care. But
Yeah.
and some people were able to like conversate, and I think that's good. Because I think some big creators do represent some of us. Like I
Yeah.
feel like people like Mr. Beast and Critical. I think YouTubers like that represent the community well to an extent. Not all of
Yeah.
not everybody in the community, but it's a good representation for the community because they're not like corporate shills.
Mm.
So it's just like I hope that kind of shit just gets better. And there's some weird fucking like YouTube like ads. I've had some weird shit. I remember like a year ago I had like low key fucking like borderline like Rule 34 ads. Like it wasn't quite porn, but it was like it was like hindering on the edge of it. I can't remember what the fuck it was called. I just remember there being like a very suggestive woman.
Right.
Um by the way, don't trust these apps. They're probably just fucking dog shit.
Right.
Just like a majority of stuff on the Google Play
Man,
Store.
we're really teaching people now.
I mean, I feel like, some
Needs to be
people,
out there.
especially, younger people and older people that don't know better,
Yeah.
like, you know, people aren't perfect. But just stop making NFTs without people's permission and stop making NFTs based off dead people. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, let's just stop having NFTs in general. Like
It's not
fucking
going anywhere.
like god fucking damn. I mean, not all NFTs are bad, obviously. Just 95% of them are. Like I think some YouTuber NFTs are cool. Like some of them, not all of them, obviously.
Mm.
But I'm not. I haven't looked too much into that. I know a couple of them are pretty like decent. However, I know like remember that old YouTube viral video, Charlie bit my finger.
Yeah.
Like they literally took down the original upload and are going to sell it as an NFT. And I'm just like, you know what?
Sure.
Whatever. It's not like I don't get how it's valuable just because you own the code, just because you own like a file of the actual video that's like
Hmm.
encrypted or whatever. Like there's probably like a million re-uploads. That video's been on the internet since I was like 9, probably even younger. you know,
Probably.
like it's been around since like the beginning of YouTube. It's like one of the first viral videos ever. And I'm just like, fuck, this NFT shit's getting out of hand. I don't like it. I'm an old man and I don't like it. Even though I'm only like 21.
Right.
But but yeah, that's that, So any final thoughts before we head off? Anything you want to add?
Um, Not really, actually, no.
Oh, well, we're at 41 minutes, so want to thank everybody who stuck around and listened to our rambling. And
Pretty much
until
rambling
next
about
time,
Spider-Man.
thanks for joining us in a night shift. Farewell.
Peace.